Hey, disciplined minds, have you ever wondered why some people remain calm, grounded, and mentally strong, even when life becomes chaotic, unpredictable, and unfair? Why is it that some people lose their peace the moment criticism appears, the moment someone disagrees with them, or the moment life refuses to go their way, while others remain steady, clear, and focused? What do they understand that most people never learn? The Stoic philosophers discovered a truth that is just as powerful today as it was thousands of years ago. Your peace begins the moment you stop trying to control the world and start focusing on yourself. Think about how much of your mental energy is spent on things that are outside your control. Other people's opinions, other people's behavior, other people's success, other people's approval. The Stoics saw this clearly. They understood that the more you chase control over external things, the more restless your mind becomes. Marcus Aurelius wrote something remarkably simple, yet incredibly powerful. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But most people never truly live by this principle. Instead, they wake up every day reacting to everything around them. They react to news, they react to comments, they react to criticism, they react to comparisons. Their mood changes depending on what someone else says, does, or thinks. And slowly, without realizing it, their peace disappears. Their mental strength weakens. Their attention becomes scattered, their energy becomes drained. But the Stoic path offers a different way to live, a calmer way, a stronger way, a wiser way. The Stoic secret to inner peace and mental strength is this: focus on yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a disciplined way, a way that protects your attention, a way that strengthens your mind, a way that frees you from the endless noise of other people's expectations. When you focus on yourself, something powerful begins to happen. Your mind becomes quieter, your thinking becomes clearer, your decisions become stronger, and slowly, the chaos of the outside world stops controlling your inner world. But before we continue, do me a quick favor. If you enjoy powerful lessons on Stoicism, mental strength, self-discipline, and personal mastery, subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and share this video with someone who might truly need this message. Share it with a friend who feels overwhelmed. Share it with someone who is tired of living under pressure, or someone who wants to develop true inner peace and emotional strength. And most importantly, do not skip any part of this video, because what you are about to hear may completely change how you approach your life in this year. It will show you why focusing on yourself may be the most powerful decision you can make in 2026. Now consider something most people never stop to think about. How much of your daily stress comes from things that are not actually yours to control? Someone criticizes you. Someone misunderstands you. Someone disagrees with you, and suddenly, your mind begins to react. You replay the conversation in your head. You think about what you should have said. You wonder what others are thinking. Hours pass. Energy disappears. Peace fades away. But what exactly happened? Nothing physical, nothing dangerous, nothing life-threatening. Yet your mind was pulled into a storm of unnecessary thoughts. The Stoics called this the loss of inner authority. It happens when your emotional state becomes dependent on external events. And the more this happens, the weaker your mental strength becomes. Epictetus warned about this clearly when he said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." At first glance, that sounds strange, but the meaning is deeper. He was saying that if you constantly worry about what others think of you, you will never be free. You will never develop real strength, because your identity will always depend on the approval of other people. But when you begin focusing on yourself instead of chasing approval, something extraordinary begins to happen. Your mind becomes calmer. You stop explaining yourself to everyone. You stop reacting to every opinion. You stop chasing validation, and suddenly you have something most people never possess: mental freedom. The Stoics understood that peace does not come from controlling the world. Peace comes from mastering your own mind, and mastering your mind requires attention. In the modern world, attention has become one of the most valuable resources we have. Every company is competing for it. Every app is designed to capture it. Every notification is engineered to interrupt it. But the Stoics would say something very simple. Your attention shapes your life. Where your focus goes, your energy follows. And where your energy flows, your life grows. If your attention is constantly directed toward other people's opinions, comparisons, arguments, and distractions, then your life will feel chaotic. But when you redirect that attention inward, something powerful begins to emerge. Clarity, self-awareness, discipline, strength. Carl Jung captured this idea beautifully when he said, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens." Most people spend their lives looking outside. They observe everyone else's life. They compare themselves. They judge themselves. They measure their worth based on what others are doing. But the Stoic path encourages the opposite. Look inward. Examine your thoughts. Examine your habits. Examine your actions. Because the only life you truly control is your own. And when you focus on improving that life, everything begins to change. Your reactions become calmer, your emotions become steadier, your thinking becomes sharper, and the chaos around you loses its power. One of the greatest misunderstandings about Stoicism is that people think it teaches emotional suppression. But that is not true. Stoicism teaches emotional mastery. There is a difference. Suppression means ignoring emotions. Mastery means understanding them, observing them, guiding them. Marcus Aurelius practiced this constantly. He reminded himself every morning that he would meet difficult people. People who are rude, people who are selfish, people who are dishonest. But he also reminded himself that their behavior could not damage his inner character unless he allowed it. This is the heart of Stoic mental strength. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. You cannot control every challenge life throws at you, but you can control how your mind interprets those challenges. When you begin to live by this principle, your life becomes dramatically different. Arguments lose their power over you. Criticism stops disturbing your peace. Distractions stop stealing your focus, because your attention is no longer scattered across the world. It is anchored within yourself. And this is where discipline begins to grow. Real discipline is not loud. It does not need an audience. It is built quietly through daily choices. The decision to wake up early, the decision to focus on meaningful work, the decision to ignore distractions, the decision to strengthen your mind. Aristotle said something that perfectly captures this idea. We are what we repeatedly do, not what we say, not what we promise, but what we repeatedly do. Your identity is built through your habits. Your character is shaped through your actions. Your mental strength grows through your discipline. And the more you focus on improving these areas of your life, the less time you have to worry about other people's opinions, because your energy is invested where it matters, on your growth, on your discipline, on your purpose. The Stoics believed that a peaceful life is not built through comfort. It is built through clarity. Clarity about what truly matters. Clarity about what deserves your attention. Clarity about what is within your control. When you remove unnecessary distractions from your mind, something remarkable happens. Your thoughts become sharper. Your emotions become calmer. Your actions become more intentional. And slowly, day by day, you begin to feel a quiet confidence growing within you. Not the loud confidence that seeks applause, but the steady confidence that comes from self-mastery. This is the kind of strength that cannot be taken away by criticism. It cannot be shaken by comparison. It cannot be destroyed by temporary setbacks, because it is built internally. And that is what the Stoics meant by inner peace. Inner peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of stability within your mind. It is the ability to remain calm while life moves unpredictably around you. It is the ability to remain focused while others become distracted. It is the ability to remain grounded while others become reactive. And the path to that peace begins with a simple decision. Focus on yourself. Focus on your character. Focus on your discipline. Focus on your thoughts. Focus on your actions. Because when your attention is directed toward your own growth, you stop wasting energy on things that do not improve your life. You stop comparing, you stop reacting, you stop explaining, and instead, you begin building, quietly, consistently, patiently, and over time, that quiet effort creates something powerful, mental strength. Not the kind that appears suddenly, but the kind that develops gradually through consistent self-control. The kind that allows you to face life with clarity and courage. The kind that keeps you steady even when circumstances become difficult. This is the Stoic secret. It is not complicated, it is not dramatic, but it is incredibly powerful. Focus on yourself, strengthen your mind, protect your attention, develop discipline, and let the results speak for themselves. But here is something even deeper that the Stoics understood, something many people today overlook. When you begin focusing on yourself, you do not only gain peace, you gain clarity, and clarity is one of the most powerful forms of mental strength. Most people struggle in life not because they lack intelligence or ability, but because their minds are constantly crowded. Crowded with opinions, crowded with comparisons, crowded with noise. They wake up in the morning and immediately their attention is scattered. Messages, notifications, news, arguments, endless information. By the time the day has truly begun, their mind is already exhausted, not from effort but from distraction. Seneca once warned about this problem long before modern technology existed. He said, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to wasting time, they are most wasteful." Think about that carefully. Your time is your life. Your attention is your life. Where your attention goes, your life goes. Yet many people allow their attention to be pulled in every direction except the one place that matters most, their own development. They know everything about other people's lives, but they rarely examine their own. They know every trending topic, but they do not understand their own mind. The Stoics believed that this lack of inner focus creates confusion, and confusion destroys peace, because a distracted mind cannot be calm. A distracted mind cannot be disciplined. A distracted mind cannot be strong. But when you begin focusing on yourself, your mind slowly begins to reorganize itself. Your thinking becomes more deliberate. Your actions become more intentional. Your emotional reactions begin to settle. You stop responding automatically to everything around you. Instead, you begin observing, reflecting, choosing. This shift may seem small at first, but it changes everything. Because the moment you become more aware of your thoughts, you gain the ability to guide them. And when you guide your thoughts, you guide your life. The Stoics practiced this constantly. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in the ancient world, was also one of the most reflective. Despite ruling an empire, he spent much of his time writing private reflections to himself. These reflections were not meant for praise or recognition. They were reminders. Reminders to remain disciplined. Reminders to remain humble. Reminders to remain focused on what truly matters. He constantly reminded himself that external events cannot disturb a peaceful mind unless the mind allows it. This is why focusing on yourself is such a powerful Stoic practice, because it places your attention where your power actually exists, not in the world, not in the opinions of others, but within your own character, within your own discipline, within your own thinking. When you focus on improving these things, something remarkable begins to happen. Your confidence becomes quieter but stronger. You no longer feel the need to explain every decision you make. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth to everyone around you. Your energy becomes directed toward building your life rather than defending it. And that shift creates an incredible form of mental freedom. Another powerful benefit of focusing on yourself is that it eliminates unnecessary emotional battles. Many of the conflicts people experience every day are not truly important. Arguments about opinions, arguments about pride, arguments about ego. But the Stoics believed that wisdom involves choosing your battles carefully. Epictetus once said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." This is a profound insight. If someone can easily provoke your emotions, then they control your peace. They control your attention. They control your mental state. But when you focus on yourself, these provocations lose their power. You stop reacting automatically. You pause. You observe. You decide whether something truly deserves your attention. And most of the time, you realize that it does not. This does not mean you become passive or indifferent. It means you become selective. You protect your mental energy. You refuse to waste your peace on things that do not contribute to your growth. And over time, this creates an incredible sense of stability within you. Your mind becomes less reactive. Your emotions become less volatile. Your thinking becomes more grounded. This is the essence of Stoic mental strength. It is not about controlling everything around you. It is about remaining steady regardless of what happens around you. The Stoics also believed that focusing on yourself helps you develop something incredibly rare in modern life: patience. In a world obsessed with instant results, patience has become almost forgotten. People want immediate success, immediate recognition, immediate transformation. But Stoicism teaches a different approach. Real strength is built slowly. Real character is built gradually. Real discipline is built through repetition. Every day that you choose to improve yourself, even in small ways, you are strengthening your mind. Every day that you choose focus over distraction, you are sharpening your awareness. Every day that you choose calm over reaction, you are developing emotional resilience. These small decisions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they create a powerful transformation. Your mind becomes stronger, your judgment becomes clearer, your peace becomes deeper, and one day you look back and realize something remarkable. You are no longer easily disturbed. You are no longer easily distracted. You are no longer easily controlled by the opinions of others. You have become centered, grounded, focused, and that is the quiet power of Stoicism. It does not promise instant happiness, and it promises something far more valuable: inner stability, a mind that remains steady regardless of circumstances, a mind that is guided by discipline rather than emotion, a mind that understands where true control actually lies, and that control lies within. So as you move through this year, remember this simple but powerful Stoic principle: the more you focus on yourself, the less the chaos of the world can control you. The more you strengthen your mind, the less distractions can weaken your attention. The more you develop discipline, the less external events can disturb your peace. And slowly, quietly, almost without noticing, your life begins to transform. Not through dramatic moments, not through loud declarations, but through steady inner growth. The kind of growth that builds mental strength, the kind of growth that creates real confidence, the kind of growth that leads to true inner peace. So continue focusing on yourself. Continue strengthening your mind. Continue protecting your attention, because the Stoics understood something timeless. When you master your mind, you master your life. And in a world full of noise, distractions, and endless pressure, that mastery becomes one of the greatest forms of freedom a human being can achieve. And there is one final truth that the Stoics understood, a truth that becomes clearer the more you practice focusing on yourself. Your life becomes peaceful the moment you stop trying to win every external battle and start winning the internal one. Most people spend years fighting the wrong battles. They fight to be understood by everyone. They fight to correct every criticism. They fight to prove their worth. They fight to control how others see them. But the Stoics would say something simple and powerful. None of those battles truly strengthen your mind. they only exhaust it. Real strength is built in a quieter arena. The arena within you. It is built when you train your mind to remain calm when chaos appears. It is built when you resist the urge to react immediately. It is built when you choose clarity over emotional impulse. It is built when you refuse to allow distractions to dominate your attention. Every time you choose self-control over reaction, your mind becomes stronger. Every time you choose focus over distraction, your discipline grows. Every time you choose reflection over impulse, your wisdom deepens. These choices may seem small in the moment, but over time they shape the architecture of your mind. And that architecture determines the quality of your life. The Stoics believed that a peaceful mind is not something you discover by accident. It is something you build deliberately. You build it by observing your thoughts. You build it by correcting your habits. You build it by strengthening your character. And above all, you build it by focusing your attention on what you can control: your actions, your discipline, your reactions, your mindset. This is why focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is responsible. It is the foundation of a stable and meaningful life. When you focus on your own growth, you become calmer. When you focus on your own discipline, you become stronger. When you focus on your own thoughts, you become wiser. And when these things begin to develop within you, something remarkable happens. You become less affected by the chaos around you. The opinions of others lose their power. The distractions of the world lose their pull. And the emotional storms that once disturbed your peace begin to fade. You are still aware of the world. You still interact with people. You still face challenges, but you are no longer controlled by them. Your stability now comes from within. This is the Stoic secret to inner peace and mental strength. It is not found in controlling the outside world. It is found in mastering the inner one. And once this mastery begins to grow, your life starts to feel different. You wake up with more clarity. You make decisions with more confidence. You move through challenges with more calmness. Because your attention is no longer scattered across the world. It is centered where your true power lives, within your own mind. Dear disciplined minds, take a moment to reflect deeply on what you have heard in this video. The world will always be noisy. Opinions will always exist. Distractions will always compete for your attention. But your peace does not have to disappear because of them. You always have the ability to return your focus inward, to strengthen your discipline, to refine your thinking, to develop the mental strength that Stoic philosophy has taught for centuries. And the more you practice focusing on yourself, the stronger that inner stability becomes. So if you have decided that this year you will begin focusing more on your own growth, your discipline, and your mental strength, then drop this affirmation in the comment section. In 2026, I focus on myself and strengthen my mind. I will personally be in the comment section reading your responses, and I would truly love to hear your thoughts. Another powerful Stoic lesson will be uploaded here in a few days, and the next video will go even deeper into the principles of Stoicism, self-discipline, and mental clarity. So subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss it. If this message brought you value, support the channel by clicking the like button and sharing this video with your friends. Thank you sincerely for your time and your attention. And remember these timeless words from Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Guard them well, strengthen them daily, and your life will follow.